All right, what's going on, folks? Welcome to tonight's episode of the Run and Gun Podcast. I'm Jay Peeps, and this man
And
over
I'm
here. Oh, good. You good? Keep going.
we mistimed it. Pretty high.
That's Ace. But tonight for you, we have another fun episode of the Run and Gun Podcast. Of course, as always, never a dull moment on this channel. Got a lot to talk about tonight. Once again, NFL draft has a new home for 2027. APR scores to come back. SWAC softball tournaments getting interesting as well. So the one trick pony walked it off at the end there against Grambling last night. So hey, we'll take it. We just got to take care of business tonight against Alabama State. But one side of the
NBA playoffs going off. NHL Game 7's probably the best set of Game 7s we've seen in a minute.
Yes.
Those games were crazy. Oh yeah, Toronto tied it up. But never in my life would I ever thought I'd be a Maple Leafs fan in this series until what day it was? Sunday or Monday, whatever game one was. And I'm like, I guess we're rooting for the Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
Those dirty ass bastards are going at it. Knicks Celtics going on right now. Celtics are up 9.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Jason Tatum's got 2 points on 1 of 7 shooting. All that corny nonsense he was doing with his wrist. What about that right now, Brunson, 7 points on 3 of 10 shooting. Not much better.
But yeah, also
buzzer beaters been going crazy in the NBA.
Yes. Dude.
We'll talk about that in Hot Topics.
Also, in Hot Topics, we're going to talk about what Canada has done for the first time since 2004, and can they do something that hasn't been done since 1993? So,
they're not winning a Stanley Cup run. Who we fooling?
Hey, look, I didn't think they'd make it this far. Me personally.
They've got, 3 teams in it, so still?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, none of them are winning it.
All right, we're going to run this intro. We'll talk about everything on the other side of it. So before we do, Ace, you got anything?
Be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, subscribe. If I cough, that's my fault. I'm under the weather right now. So y'all going to have to deal with that. But yeah, we're going to have a fun time here. NFL stuff. Big trade came down in the Big D, as they like to call it. They got a big P coming in. I'm sorry.
You know what? I'm going to run this intro. I'll see what's yell on the other side.
Hey, this is JP.
This is Ace.
This is Dalton.
And you are listening to
the Run and Gun Podcast.
It's funny we showed that Jokic to Aaron Gordon play. Aaron Gordon proceeds to hit a game winner. 2 game winners actually in the playoffs. 2 buzzer beaters, which is crazy.
Yeah. All right. So right off the bat with it, I guess we can go ahead and just talk about this.
I thought my audio cut out there.
Oh no, you're good, man. You're good. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about this SWAC tournament, man, and how interesting it's been. So what you had yesterday was basically the opening round, and in said opening round, and honestly, where's that? I gotta ask. Well, we got a comment first.
What's up, Kev from Tally?
All 4 of the Clovers. Is he a Celtic fan?
Hope not.
That's funny. But I gotta ask this question right off the bat, right here. Is the SWAC West weaker than the SWAC East in softball too, just like football?
It
Starting,
looks so.
yeah, pretty much. It is looking so. I mean, because basically all the SWAC West schools got sent to the elimination round, essentially, because you had Bethune beat Prairie View, who was the overall number one seed and the number one seed in the West, and then you had FAMU take down Grambling, you had Jackson State take down Southern, and then you had Alabama State take down Texas Southern. So right now, currently, you've got Prairie View getting ready to eliminate Southern. Grambling and Texas Southern are tied at 3, top of the 6th. And then where's that? Because they had a weather delay too today. Where's it?
Oh, no. That sucks.
Yeah, I know. So like the FAMU game does not. FAMU doesn't play Alabama State till 9, or it was like 8 or 9, 9:30 tonight. That's what it is. It's like 9:30 tonight is when they'll play each other. But again, nevertheless, yeah. So currently, yeah, Bethune and Jackson State play each other at 9:30 as well, and then Alabama State and FAMU play at 9:30 also. So we're still sitting around waiting for both of those games to be played. Other softball games going on right now in MEAC. You had Morgan State take down North Carolina Central earlier today, 4-3 in a final. And then we're looking for the other one. I wish softball kind of like categorized theirs like how football does. Delaware State 3, Norfolk State 2, final in 8 innings. So they did go extra. So Ace, I'm not sure if you knew, but yeah, softball they do a thing where it's like 7 innings versus baseball, they do 9 innings. So, but if it's still tied after a while, you're going the distance basically.
Hey, I mean, sometimes going the distance makes it more fun.
It does, and it was a good product actually when I watched it last night. So it was not a dull moment.
I gotta say, softball is actually more entertaining sometimes than baseball.
Dude, it is. I'm telling you now.
For the college, I could watch a softball game before I could watch a college baseball game.
Yeah,
but then again,
yeah,
I could also watch. I'm not even a big fan of MLB, so.
Well, I mean, no, because here's the thing about it. It's like you don't really watch men's or college baseball until you get to the College World Series.
Yep.
In Omaha. Women's, you're watching that like how we're watching it now. You watch that from the moment these tournaments start within their conferences all the way to the end. So it's
way more drama. Like it's kind of drama in it. You know what I mean? There's like it feels like they have more stakes involved than college baseball, like for the men's.
Yeah. Plus, it's like the way Major League Baseball is set up now. Like, I mean, yeah, some of these guys are gonna get drafted and stuff, but it's like when they get drafted,
most of the guys are drafted already. You know.
Yeah, but I mean, that because some of them get taken out of high school. Some of the football players that you see have been drafted. But it's also like you have the guys coming in from overseas, like the Bahamas, Cuba, Puerto Rico, the Dominican, parts of South America, Mexico. You got kids over in Asia or China coming over, Japan as well. So it's like you have kids coming from all over the place. But even if you get drafted, there's a chance that we may not see you for 5 years because you're going to be in someone's farm system. Unless you're just really like that. But softball, yeah, way much more exciting product. Way much more. Also, Ace, I think he is a Celtics fan.
Yeah.
But hey, the 2 teams I root for in basketball they've been eliminated, so I have no dog in this fight. That's between Ace and the wonderful people who were fans of these other teams.
Hey, we're just rooting for the Nuggets to win the NBA Finals to get Westbrook his ring. Basically, whoever wins Minnesota, Denver is basically who we want.
Who we want to win that whole thing.
We want either Denver or Minnesota. Maybe Golden State to win the finals. Everybody from the East can kick rocks. I really don't care about any of them. But we'll talk about that more in hot topics.
That's funny. But also too, we do have to talk about the interesting part of the evening. We do got to discuss this. It is what has been recently handed down. Oh, it's a little bit too high. Okay, well, yeah, here we go. Can we see that? Yeah, we can. So yeah, so the FCS has 5 schools who face APR penalties. 2 are ineligible for the postseason. I believe the 2 of them are Pine Bluff and Mississippi Valley. As states, the NCAA released an academic progress rate on Tuesday, which measures the academic success of a school and its various athletic programs. Failure to obtain a rating of 930 or over 930 can lead to penalties such as the penalty for 5 FCS member institutions based on the APR scores from the 2020-2029 academic year through the 2023-2024 academic year, which is wild that you're just now penalizing people for what happened during COVID.
Dang.
That's crazy.
From kids who aren't even into school anymore, and it's a hard transition for people. That's kind of
exactly. Exactly, dude. That's why I'm like, a lot of the guys that played in 2020, they graduated depending on your eligibility. Ago. Yeah, exactly. But also depending on your eligibility, because I mean, you have guys like the tight end that was at Miami who'd been in college for like 8 or 9 years. You had Tyler Shuck who'd been in college for like 20 years.
Don't get me started about him. This APR issue should be resolved now, shouldn't it? At least the punishment is dedication of hours lost to study and not the postseason match. That's true.
Or like I was gonna say too, you also have Cam Rising who'd been in college for 30 years.
Ever.
Yeah, forever essentially, and just now decided to like retire all of a sudden. I'm like, didn't want to go to the NFL, huh? Might have been too much for you. But yeah, so as states here, that's the end of it. Okay. So yeah, as states here, Pine Bluff, FAMU, Mississippi Valley, Murray State, Utah Tech are the 5 schools that had an unsatisfactory APR score below 930. So FAMU, Murray State, and Utah Tech face the same level 1 penalty where practice has been reduced from 20 hours to 16 hours per week. So you now lose 4 hours of practice time and will be used for academics. And then, of course, as you can see, as I stated, Pine Bluff, Mississippi Valley, both ineligible for the postseason. So neither team will be able to, as if they even had a chance, neither team is going to be able to compete for a Celebration Bowl. But again, they never had a chance.
I know. I believe it's 2020.
It's 2020, and bring it back up. Bring it back.
Yeah.
It's it's the APR scores from the 2020 academic year, from the 2020-2021 academic year through the 2023-2024 academic year. So, I mean, again, like, I don't like that in the fact that that's during COVID, and that's that 2020-2021 year. People are coming out of a pandemic. You don't know what people were going through, especially some of the student athletes. Now, I get it. There are some things out there where it's like, you need to have your ass in class. Point blank, period. You need to have your ass in class. But coming out of COVID, those first 2 years, it's like, come on. You may have something going on back at home. Everybody was impacted by COVID one way or another. Whether you knew someone close to you that may have passed on or gone home to glory, or someone that was like a distant family friend or relative that was impacted somehow. Exactly.
That's what we're saying. Yeah, for real. It's just weird. It's a weird thing.
Because my thing is now regarding FAMU, it should improve and get better. Now, with that also comes this. Some guys, you need to get more serious about your schoolwork. A lot of guys need to not. I get it. You're going to school. You're a D1 athlete. Actually, Ashton, this is a great question. Or a great statement. I don't know why football players come into FAMU think everyone going to be. And you know what? See, and I don't know. Maybe it's just the way me and Ace were brought up, even the way you were brought up too, Ashton, and a lot of you. I was always brought up in the mindset of it is a privilege to play this beautiful game. And it's an even greater privilege to get a scholarship to go anywhere in this country to play this game as well. With that being said, have a backup plan.
Mm-hmm.
Your backup plan should be, all right, you know what? I'm here primarily for academics. I am a student first. That's what I'm going to do. And like I told someone else last night when I found out about this, it don't take much to pay for Quizlet. Quizlet's $35 for like a yearly subscription, or at least it was when I paid for it. I need to
Who
check.
pays for Quizlet? Oh, hold on.
It's a different level of Quizlet and stuff now. Like if you want to make them, or if you want to do anything such as that, like you got to like pay for that. It's actually very helpful. It got me through. Worked wonders.
I take 1 year off, start back to like Monday, and so much change in a year, bro. What?
This was like a couple years ago.
Gotta pay for Quizlet number now, bro.
But like I said, it's a certain level of Quizlet if you want that. But again, like your first and foremost thing should be there for academics. Work hard, grind hard. Maybe I don't think it does. I really don't think it does. I stopped using it after a while. I saw no use for it. But yeah, man, like, dude, your academics should be the primary reason why you're there first.
Yep.
Sports is going to be there.
Like I said for Tower Shuck, even I said, man was in college 7 years. Why do you think he's so good at his NFL pre-draft interviews? Bro was getting ready for that insurance job, probably.
Exactly.
Office job.
Hey, speech class. He was in speech class probably some form of speech class every year.
But there's only X amount of roster spots in the NFL, X amount in the Canadian, X amount in the UFL. Otherwise, that's it. There's not really anything for football. Basketball, it's even less in the NBA.
Exactly.
And some go to China, some go to China, some go to Europe, some go to Israel or whatever Middle East basketball league they're in. But otherwise, that's it. There's not many. Those are all like limited roster spots. Anyways, that's not really a sustainable life.
Yeah. Oh, wait, we missed this one. This APR issue should be resolved by now, shouldn't it? At least the punishment.
Yeah, I put this one earlier.
Oh, I didn't see. My bad, man.
Yeah, so it's only practice hours. They only get down to 16 instead of 20 in a week.
Yeah, which I think that they can. I think they'll be fine with this and stuff. We're lucky it's not a postseason ban. So I mean, I hopefully expect this number to go up and exceed expectations.
Well,
next year.
Now we're talking this year's only coming out for 2020. So I mean, when that
2023, 2024. So like it's gonna be like
that one might get a postseason ban.
Hopefully it doesn't.
Hopefully they like move off of that one and say, oh well, that was just a one-off thing.
Yeah, I hope so. My thing is just look, man. When you go to college, go with the intent that football's a privilege. Yeah, bust your ass to get to the NFL, but man, look, get your GPA up. There is life after football. Go. You can do anything you want. So you can be a doctor. Go to grad school to be a doctor. Go to grad school to be a lawyer. Something like that. Anything. You can make a lot more money and work on a freaking retirement plan doing those careers. Like, come on, what are we doing?
Unless you're like a top 3 player on the team, you're not gonna go pro, most likely in the NFL. And if you're not a top 20 player in the team, you're not going to pro in any form, probably. So, self-awareness. That's kind of hard to say, I guess, but like.
Again, you know what, dude?
Have backup plans. And have a backup plan for the backup plan.
Yeah, no, literally. And I hate to put people down like that, but it's like, dude, have a plan in place in case something else doesn't work. It's just that simple. And that's not just a FAMU thing. That's every school that was on this list thing.
Yep.
I think what was it? NC Central had like a perfect APR rating, I believe it was. They had in football they had a perfect APR rating. I can't speak for other sports because they didn't share other sports, but Central had. But yeah, man, I don't know. It's a new generation of of kids, man. It is. But yeah, so as we wait for FAMU and Alabama State to get going and everything, again, oh gosh, I lost it. Again, a couple of softball scores to look at that are going on currently. Prairie View leads Southern 6-1 at the bottom of the fifth. Grambling and Texas Southern are tied 3-3 in the bottom of the seventh. We're still waiting for Bethune and Jackson State, I believe it is. Yeah, we're still waiting on Bethune and Jackson State at 9:30, and Alabama State and FAMU at 9:30. So that's going to be an interesting game between Alabama State and FAMU.
My OCD's here. That's painting's crooked. I'll fix that later.
All right. So with that, let's go ahead and transition over to this NFL.
Big D gets a big P. I'm sorry. That's
please define that. Please define that, because you're losing me here.
You don't remember the Stephen A. Smith memes where he calls Dallas the Big D, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what does George Pickens' first letter of his last name start with? The Big P.
Yeah, that's P.
So the Big D's getting the Big P. I'm sorry. That's probably too corny. Good. I find it hilarious.
Oh, God.
Anyway, so George Pickens gets traded for basically nothing. Like a nothing bird, kind of. Third round pick and a pick swap. That's basically it for George Pickens. I mean, hey, every time the Steelers trade a wide receiver, career generally goes off the cliff.
Well, you know what? Hold on, because I have this image. Hold on.
Now, to be fair, Antonio Brown and Juju Smith-Schuster both won rings outside Pittsburgh. I will say that.
That is
but
true.
Their careers pretty much went off the cliff.
Yeah. So I was gonna say, is there a method to dumping all these wide receivers that have come to Pittsburgh? Because what was it, Chase Claypool?
You know what I just realized?
What's up?
Before you go on, DK Metcalf can get 14 now for free.
Oh yeah, I feel like that was part of the deal. If this was all over a jersey number, that's crazy.
No, it's not over a jersey number. I think they were fed up with him after the season.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw what Jordan Lewis said about.
He's like, God called me for Jacksonville for a reason.
Yeah, because I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm like, okay, these two had like a slight bit of like fisticuffs on that Sunday night game. I think it was like week 4 when Pittsburgh and Dallas played. And like you see Pickens kind of just like tug his face mask and everything, and nothing happened, no flag or anything. So yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. Hey, God did call him to Jackson. God called him to Duval for a reason.
Hey, hold up. You got Travis Hunter, Tyson Campbell, Jordan Lewis. That's a good little secondary right there.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, man. That's Jacksonville Liam Cohen, I expect him, it might be rough to start because guys are going to try to figure things out. But I
still think Houston wins that division, but I think Jacksonville's going to be a wild-card team.
Oh, yes. Now, granted, remember...
They should be one. If they have another disappointing season and Trevor Lawrence looks bad again, they're going to have tough conversations. Because I've been watching stuff on this 26 class, man, and they got some dogs in this class, and the name ain't Arch Manning. We'll talk about that in college football or hot topics, but once that boy insurance man got drafted 40, I've been starting to look at those 26 quarterbacks, So, but this is running off the ticker right now with Jalen Ramsey and Tyreek Hill. We mentioned George Pickens. I think there was a lot of like, not backdoor deals, but they were like little side deals before the draft. I feel like between teams, because like you watch how some teams drafted, and you're like, now why wouldn't you deal this guy at the draft or draft a certain player at a position, right? Like Dallas didn't draft a wide receiver, and you knew they needed a wide receiver. They did not draft a wide receiver at all, and then they trade for George Pickens right after the draft.
Oh my God.
I feel like there was like some deals in play. So like the Rams needed a corner. The Rams did not draft a corner top like they should have because they definitely need a corner. And now you're hearing Jalen Ramsey might be going to the Rams. You're like, Yeah, I can see that.
Back to the Rams?
Yeah.
Man,
All
right.
I mean, he's not the same Jalen Ramsey he was before, but put him in his own scheme again. It might work.
That's when he started to go downhill. Or that's when he kind of took a step back. Yeah, looking at the Rams draft class, I mean, yeah, they didn't take a single defensive back. They went Josiah Stewart as an edge rusher, Ty Hamilton along the D line, Chris Paul Jr. at linebacker. Yeah, they didn't. They had a corner need and they had a quarterback need that they didn't even address. Because I mean, again, Matthew Stafford's getting older. Didn't really address that, and then plus, I mean, I know for a fact they're not handing the reins over to old boy that played at Georgia too after Stafford.
Stetson Bennett. You mentioned him. You mentioned that somebody put out a report that the Rams were interested in Tower Shucky boy, and I'm like, oh yeah, he's not going to be good because McVay does not know how to draft quarterbacks.
Hey, that's kind of like his his mentee, not mentor, or I guess mentor. Yeah. No,
not Shanahan. Oh yeah. Oh, you mean mentor, not mentee. Wait, what?
Yeah, mentor. Yeah, he would be the mentee, but yeah, his mentor, John Gruden, did not know how to think about it. Remember, John Gruden took Chris Sims when he could have had Aaron Rodgers, and he passed over Aaron Rodgers twice. Now, present day, we're thinking, you know what? I would too, probably. Hindsight, Chris Sims would probably be better coming out of the studio than Aaron Rodgers coming off the LSD high. But again, back in 2005, we were singing a different tune, probably, I'm sure. But again, he doesn't have the eyeball for talent, man.
Yeah, but anyway, so Tyreek Hill, right? Ow! I just poked my own eye. Ow! I flicked my own eye. I feel so silly.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. Anyway, Tyreek Hill. I'll flick my own eye again. Damn. Yeah, I feel like a team who did not draft a wide receiver that needed a wide receiver. Now Tyreek Hill, I expect to be suspended for at least some portion of the season. I could see a team who did not draft one, who desperately needs one. They can be going after Tyreek. Now, in order to take Tyreek Hill, though, you're going to need a good team and a good culture and a good locker room and a very strong head coach. They just traded one of their wide receivers today. They're not shy from taking mentally ill wide receivers in their locker room. So, I can see that coming in a couple of days.
So you think Jalen Ramsey needs to complete the Florida man triangle?
I wasn't talking about
Jacksonville, Miami. He's played for both. There's only one team in Florida Jalen Ramsey hasn't played for yet.
Boy, I'm talking about Tyreek Hill. Why are we talking about Jalen Ramsey?
Oh, my bad. Well, yeah, Tyreek Hill.
I mean, no, I can see Jalen Ramsey in Tampa, but I think it's most likely LA. But Tyreek Hill, I'm talking about him going to Pittsburgh.
That wouldn't be bad. They just need to find a quarterback, man, because there's no way they're going.
Aaron Rodgers is supposed to be coming in. I think he already knew Pickens wasn't going to be there because he said he never even worked out with Pickens. He was only working out with Metcalf.
Right. Okay. That makes sense.
So that's why I feel like there was a lot of side deals in play. Like, there's more to this than just Pickens to the Cowboys. I feel like there's another move coming, whether it's a Keenan Allen or Tyreek Hill to the Steelers. Because you can't go into the season with just DK Metcalf. That's suicide.
That's true. I'm trying to think, who else do they even have on their team?
They have Roman Wilson, Scotty Miller, Calvin Austin. That's it.
Roman Wilson.
Roman Wilson was a dog coming out of Michigan,
Washington.
but
he went to Michigan. Yeah. I don't know why. Dunze was the one that went to Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm Roman Dunze. I always think Roman Dunze, Roman Wilson. I always get those two mixed up because both their names start with R's and they're wrong. So, yeah. So let me ask this one next: is Mike Tomlin's run of above 500 seasons at risk this year?
They'll use some black magic. Just like they were using last year.
I mean, hey, let's see. I'm trying to think now. Oh, hold on. Let's see. Where's it at? Steelers 2025 opponents. I'll just lay it out like this. The Steelers in 2025 play all their division rivals out of the AFC
Pretty much
North.
this.
They play at Chicago. They play at Detroit, at the Chargers, at the Patriots, at the Jets. But then they also welcome in the Bills, the Dolphins, the Packers, the Vikings, the Colts, and the Seahawks.
You just
A lot of
listed all
teams
that.
there-
I can't recall a single name you said.
Oh, well, I'll say,
They'll
I'll
black
just-
magic their way to a couple of those wins.
Yeah, no, they will. But I can't forget if it was you or if it was somebody else that said I could see Pittsburgh finishing in like third place.
I would say I could see Pittsburgh being the worst team in the division.
Okay, so that was you. It was you or somebody else. I couldn't remember. Oh, here we go. Mike T will win one game
After the draft, I think I said if one of Gabriel or Shedeur hits, Cleveland is the third team in that division. Even with Flacco, I could see them being the third team.
Yeah, Mike T.
Because they have a good roster. Their O-line just got decimated with injuries last year, and everybody was hurt on offense. I could see them signing a wide receiver to give the guys a little help with Judy, but like Amari Cooper's still out there, Keenan Allen's still out there. They have a couple other guys out there still, and
That's
free
true.
agency that they can sign. So
I'm like Troy. I think he can get one game over. So like a 9-8 season, maybe possibly.
he went 8-8 with like Devlin Hodge and Mason Rudolph. Like they'll black magic their way to a couple wins. That's how it always goes.
Yeah, because I mean, again,
Now, will they make the playoffs? Now that's a different conversation.
They may backdoor their way in, but it also, again, it depends on how crowded. Because I mean, you already know, like,
I don't think Cincinnati will be as bad as they were this year. I don't think the Jaguars will be as bad as they were this year. And like those are two teams. The Colts should hopefully figure some stuff out. They still have talent there. Now depends on the quarterback issues. Different conversation to be had with them. The Jets, I can see the Jets being good with Aaron Glenn and Justin Fields. That could be a fun team there. They can make some noise.
Yeah.
Those are three teams right there who weren't in the running last year, coming for that 7th spot over Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, what you got? Yeah, Kansas City guarantee, Buffalo guarantee, Houston more than likely will be there.
Baltimore, Cincinnati probably. If Cincinnati's healthy, I can see Cincinnati will be there.
Yeah, Baltimore, Cincinnati, that's 5.
LA, the Chargers, the Broncos.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Broncos for sure, because they're gonna have a good defense. Chargers, yeah, possibly. So yeah, Pittsburgh, you're gonna be fighting for that last spot with like possibly Jacksonville. Maybe the Jets. I do expect them to be better defensively, and rooting for Justin Fields to show up and show out on the offensive end with Aaron Glenn.
Hey, if Justin Fields has a very good season this year, that would be the final indictment on Tomlin. And if Shedeur hits. 2 big ifs. Don't get me wrong. 2 very big ifs. But if both of them hit, man, that's a big indictment on him.
Yeah.
And the Steelers organization as a whole, because they had both of them right there and they passed on both. Especially if they go with Aaron Rodgers and it ends in disaster. After doing that nonsense with Russell Wilson over Justin Fields last year. So.
Yeah. No, I can see it.
With that, with 2-0, and Justin Tucker getting released for football decisions. Yeah, we all saw that coming. At least they didn't hesitate to cut him, unlike Deshaun Cosby with Houston. I guess the Houston couldn't cut him, though, because of the contract.
I think he's going to the Browns, man. I think the Browns may call Justin Tucker. It may, like, where else you going to go? Where else you going to go? Because right now, the best long-distance kicker in the NFL is what's what's the kid out of Dallas? Isn't that not Brandon McManus?
Brandon Aubrey.
Yeah, Brandon Aubrey. That's right to me. That's the best kicker in football right now. He's good from 60 right off.
Harbaugh's a special teams guy, man. If he drafts a kicker, I'm sure they'll probably work out.
He did draft a kicker too, I believe.
Let's see. Tyler Loop, I believe his name was.
Yep, hit on all their
He's gonna go for a Loop.
Yeah, Tyler Loop out of Arizona. Tyler Loop finished his career at the highest field goal percentage in Arizona history, and he made program record 62 62-yard field goal against Houston in 2024. Loop is versatile.
Oh yeah, they're gonna do this again.
He can handle kickoffs and was Arizona's primary punter in 2020. Yeah, they got their guy. They're good. That sucks for Justin Tucker, but
should have kept it in pants or underwear. I don't know how when you go for a massage how it works.
Keep it under the sheet.
Keep it under the towel.
Yeah, keep it all under the towel. Don't do like I don't know if you ever saw a couples retreat with Vince Vaughn when John Fairvow was he rolled over,
yeah,
and he got on his back and he was like, "Oh, I need you to get my shoulders." And that scene, he's like, "Oh my God, sir, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." He's like, "No, it's fine." I'm like, "No." That was Justin Tucker. All
right. Before we get into the NBA and NHL stuff, 2026 quarterbacks to watch.
You want to do the take it or leave it, or how you want to do this?
Oh, I thought you want to do a quick rundown on the 26 quarterbacks.
We can.
All right. So for my top guys who I think you should keep an eye out for this season for the draft, I think Lenore Sellers should be number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Dante Moore should be like 3. I will put Sam Levitt as a wild card at number 4. Did I say number 2? I forgot.
I don't think so.
I think I skipped 1 to 3. Oh well. Anyway, you could just go. Forget all that then. So just go 1 Sellers, 2 Moore, 3 Levitt, 4 Klubnik, 5 Hour, and then you still have then you could pity party him in number 6 at Arch Manning.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, this is not the exact order that Ace is going in, but these are just.
Like, sorry, Nussmeier. Nussmeier should be 3. I forgot about Nussmeier. My apologies. So Sellers, in my opinion, is the best quarterback in this class coming out. It's like not even close when I see him play.
Okay.
So I think Sellers should go 1. Like as far top guys to watch and who I think should end up drafted in what order. Bold prediction, but I got Sellers 1, Moore 2, Nussmeier 3, Klubnik is at 5, and Levitt's at 4. My apologies, I kind of just looked at the names mixed up. And then you got Auer in some order: Auer, Beck, Manning, and the Oklahoma guy. What's his name there again?
John Mateer.
No, that's not who I'm thinking about. Jackson Arnold. I thought he was in Oklahoma.
He transferred to Auburn. Yeah.
Yeah. He's another wild card guy there.
Who's the other? This is the second page right here. So yeah, you still got Jalen Daniels.
None of those guys. Oh yeah, Dante Moore. Dante Moore's the sleeper guy. I think he's gonna make noise this year. All right. Anyways, to the NBA talk. Or which one we're doing? Take it or leave it. Take it or leave it.
Oh. Yeah. All right. Let's do take it or leave it. Okay. So I got some.
I was keeping it short on that part. I just wanted to say that.
Take it or leave it. If George Pickens will replicate 900 yards receiving in Dallas.
I'll take it. CD Lamb will get triple teamed as often. He'll get single coverage most likely anyway. And Dak's the best quarterback he's played with in his entire career. So I'll take it. As long as he behaves himself.
Yeah. Which he won't, but yeah.
He'll complain, he'll whine, but Dallas already dealt with Des Bryant, and Des Bryant wasn't as bad. I don't think Bryant was as bad as Pickens, but
because Des
They
Bryant
they
wasn't
dealt with
traded.
Terrell Owens. I don't think Ocho Cinco went there, but
No,
they can
he did.
handle him.
Terrell Owens, Michael Irvin of all people.
Oh yeah, Michael Irvin. Why did I think of Terrell? Ocho
Yeah,
Cinco. I
I
have
mean,
Terrell. Yeah, Michael
when
Irvin,
when
Terrell
George
Owens.
when George Pickens stabs one of his own teammates in the neck with a throat over a haircut, then that's when we'll know George Pickens has reached a whole new level of just wild behavior.
What's up, Ascend?
So I don't
You're
think
right.
George Pickens is at that point yet. Plus, the Cowboys aren't that damn good to the point where they need to be fighting over who gets a haircut and who doesn't. But here's the next one. Cavaliers are going to be swept. Take it or leave it.
I'm gonna say they win game 3, but they lose game 4 and 5. I say gentleman sweep. Pacers got black magic, bro. I don't care what anybody says. Pacers got black magic, bro. And if the Cavs lose in 5, they're gonna panic, and I need them to trade Darius Garland to the Magic. Do me a favor. Make that mistake.
I love how you have this whole strategy like of how this chaos is
Hey,
supposed to ensue.
I have plans upon backup plans because I know my starting plan never works. So what I need right now is the Cavs to get gentleman swept, put Darius Garland on the block, get him traded to Orlando. That's plan A. Plan B is to somehow steal Jordan Poole from the Wizards for nothing, while giving up a crappy boy KCP there. Plan C is somehow finesse the Lakers Austin Reeves, because I think they're going to be panic trading too. Plan D is Anthony Simons with Portland. Now Portland's funny. I mentioned Portland because their media team has been posting like Anthony Simon highlights all week, and then they're trying to say like reject offer from Tui Camara or something his name is. Was like him blocking Paulo and all that. I'm like, oh yeah, y'all not slick. We know what you're trying to do. You're trying to raise your players' trade value with Orlando, so you're not slick on that. That's why that's Plan D. And then Plan E is trade up and draft Jeremiah Fears or somebody in the draft high up. You trade up and get him for a point guard.
So there's only five. There's only 5 plans. There's no
oh, well, if you want to get further into the plans, then you stick at pick 16. You take Jace Richardson. You sign Chris Paul. That's Plan D. Or Plan E. I forgot whatever letter I'm on. I don't like Chris Paul, but I will say every point guard he's mentored and developed has turned into really good players. Like the man worked there with Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, turned Shea into a star. Shea was a mid player until he came to OKC, learned with Chris Paul. He turned into a guy. Dennis Schroeder was in OKC too. His career was going off a cliff. Chris Paul worked with him, saved his career. Then you see him. He went to Golden State, did some good work with Moses Moody. We're seeing that this year in the playoffs. Then you see him now went to San Antonio. Stephon Castle. People had their issues on him. Question marks. He goes works with Chris Paul, Rookie of the Year. So that's the only thing I would say with Chris Paul. If you're going to stick at 16 and take a point guard, go sign Chris Paul for that. Plan E is you get rid of KCP, Cole Anthony, Goga, J.I., all the crappy boys, and you sign really good vets. You go. Oh, I guess I forgot. Plan 4 actually bumped 5 and 6 down the list. You go and try to get Andrew Nembhard from the Pacers. Because the Pacers are in a tough spot this year with the cap because they got to pay Miles Turner, and their cap is already in hell with Tyrese Halliburton and Pascal Siakam, so they're going to have to trade Nembhard, most likely. So Nembhard's a guy to watch for. Wow. Am I missing any more of my plans? If I remember any of their plans, I'll throw them out there, but right now, that's all the plans I have. Oh, you take a center at 16 if somebody falls, like a Derek Queen, I believe his name is, from Maryland. You take him at 16, and then you draft like Cam Jones or somebody at 25 with the Nuggets pick, which is like plan 10, like at the worst case scenario. I really don't want to use both picks, but like if I have no choice, bro, I'm gonna do it. But yeah, that's pretty much plans 1 through 10 right there. I don't know how many plans I ran through.
Oh my! You ran through a lot. It reminded me of that. I don't know if that scene was from The Office where like he's like showing them the board and stuff, and he's like, "Do you get it? Do you get it? Science.
Pretty much.
It was one of those. All right. So the next take it or leave it. The Florida Panthers are the best hockey team in Florida right now. I know
The dirtiest team in Florida, probably. They're screwed next year anyway, so I'm not worried.
Okay.
Marchand's a free agent. Sam Bennett's a free agent. Seth Jones, I believe, is at the end of his contract too. They're dirty as hell, bro. Karma's gonna get their ass. I'm not worried.
Yeah, honestly, the Lightning. If you are the Lightning,
I need Toronto to just steamroll these punks. I'm so sick of them. They just went and elbowed the Maple Leafs goalie last game. He got a severe concussion. He was throwing up. At least Toronto's up 3-2 right now in the second intermission. Yeah. I'm liking that. But, bro, I need them gone. I'm sick of them.
And then the Jets and Stars play tonight in Winnipeg.
Hey, they win the Stanley Cup. We ain't worried about all that.
Yeah. You know something? I was very impressed with that game 7 between the Jets and the Blues. Hey. For a second, I thought that game was in St. Louis, but then seeing it was in Winnipeg and seeing how that was a rowdy environment.
Those game 7s, man. I will say this. The people compare like NBA, NHL playoffs to the NFL playoffs. I'm telling you, NBA and NHL playoffs are more intense at points
than the NFL,
and more dramatic and interesting than an NFL playoff game will ever be.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, plus, I'm gonna be real with you. Ice hockey, hardest sport to play out there right now. Ice hockey, in my opinion.
I've tried that. I don't. That is one of those sports like football. I was always able to do that. Basketball, always able to do that. Bro, hockey, nah, that's a different breed. You got to be able to skate, hand-eye coordination, balance, awareness, and then have the IQ for all that. I think the IQ is the easy part about it. It's to do all the like physical stuff. It's like
exactly. There's like the ability when you get hit to just pop back up and keep going. That's the thing about it. And then it's like if you lose your stick, just be an extra defender, get in front of the net, like, and just take a hit from the puck. Like, it's the hardest sport, hands down. All right, one last take it or leave it. The Stanley Cup. Wait, I don't even know. Did you take that one or you left that one? That previous one?
I think I kind of left that one for the Panthers, right? Yeah, I left that one.
In the best team in Florida?
Stanley Cup won by a Canadian team. I'm leaving that too. I think Dallas wins it. Really? I saw this man, Mikko Rantanen, have one of the greatest revenge series of all time. Like, I've never seen anything like that revenge series.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we've talked about the KD Warriors kind of thing. Like, KD never really needed the revenge because he left OKC, right? Like, Luka didn't play Dallas, so you can't really say that. There's not any true like revenge moment in the NBA to this level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where you are a bona fide top 10, arguably top 7 player in the league, getting traded mid-season because they don't want to pay you, and then getting traded again at the deadline to another team, signing an extension there. They give up the farm for you, going all in with you, give you the extension, and you play the same team that traded you in the first place where you want a ring already there, and they said, we don't think you're worth the money you want. And you go, and in the last 2 games of the series, you put up back-to-back 4-point games and have the first ever hat trick in the third period of a Game 7. I've never seen anything like that kind of revenge series ever. And guys don't do that. Teams don't do that and not win, I feel like. That kind of win puts a tone on that team, and they just roll from here. I think Winnipeg gets steamrolled.
Steamrolled.
Winnipeg was in a dogfight with St. Louis. And if St. Louis played to the buzzer, St. Louis was winning that game.
Yeah.
No, St. Louis was one stick away, like if one possession control away from winning that game. Winnipeg got so lucky that the puck got blocked and went right back to their own guy instead of going to another guy to hold it for that last second.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah,
That's
I
all I
agree.
gotta say with that. But Oilers have massive goalie issues. If anybody's gonna win the cup, it's not gonna be in the West from Canada. It's gonna be the Maple Leafs, and I don't think Maple Leafs are gonna beat like Dallas or one of them, or Vegas or Edmonton. Now, if it's a two Canadian team in the finals, then of course somebody from Canada is gonna win it.
Yeah.
But I don't think Winnipeg makes it. And I know Vegas lost game one, but I think Vegas bounces back.
Let's see, where's it at? It hasn't.
But if I had to take between a Canadian team and the Panthers winning the Stanley Cup, I'll take a Canadian team. Oh my God, I'm gonna smack this guy.
Here we go, right here. Canada hasn't had a Stanley Cup winner since the Montreal Canadiens in 1993. So it's been a while.
Well,
If there ever was a year to do it, this would be the year. But again, I'm like you too. I could see it not happening.
I could see a world where all three lose in this round, but I don't think that happens. I think two of them lose this round, if anything, and both being Edmonton and Winnipeg, and then Toronto loses to Carolina in the Eastern Conference Finals. And then you get Dallas, Carolina in the final, and it's another Mika Rantanen revenge series.
These revenge series, man. It's wild. All right, so now as far as the NBA goes, I mean, yeah, Nuggets, Thunder still out there. You got the Knicks trailing with 6:39 left. The Celtics 84-72. Tomorrow night you got the Warriors and the Timberwolves, game 2 in
Steph
Minnesota.
is out for a week. That's kind of sucky.
That is, I mean, if you're the Timberwolves, you gotta take advantage, man. You gotta take advantage.
Jalen Brunson, what are we doing here, buddy? How are you 3 of 13, bro? Lock in. Tatum got a super team. Nobody can ever say otherwise, man.
Pacers,
this man is getting
Friday
carried
night.
by a super team.
Ooh.
Huh?
I was saying Pacers Friday night have a chance to go up 3-0 at home on home court.
I can see it happening, but I also can see Cleveland coming out just mad and getting that pity win.
Possibly.
I just can't believe Terry Sawburn's about to go to back-to-back Eastern Conference Finals. They got some insane magnet ball on that team. And dark magic for everybody. Every team they played has always been hurt.
It's crazy how Cleveland is favored by 2.5 in that game, considering what's happened in games 1 and 2.
I assume they expect one of Mobley, Garland, or DeAndre Hunter to be back because all three missed game 2. So I assume that's what that is.
And then the interesting part too is how this line moved. They don't have it available here. They don't have it available here, but since Steph Curry's injury has occurred, the money line has moved to 10.5 in favor of the Timberwolves for Thursday night.
I expect Jimmy Butler to drop 40 or at least 35.
It's going to be needed. You got to.
Jimmy knows they're going to need him. And we all know what Jimmy thinks of Minnesota from that iconic practice. Ironically, Wiggins isn't there anymore and Cat's not there anymore from that practice team. Funny how that worked out. All three of them left.
All right. So yeah,
but
we covered everything in under an hour.
Oh yeah. Okay, so we got a few minutes. Shout out Aaron Gordon, man. I wanted to give him a shout out there. Man always thought he was going to be a superstar in Orlando. And he had a self-realization moment when he went to Denver and said, I don't need to be a superstar. I could be a role player and do my job at an elite level. And he's been doing that in Denver. So I wanted to say shout out him for that with the 2 game winners he's had. Been playing big for Denver. And Russell Westbrook's having the best playoffs he's had in almost a decade.
Right.
Also, it's the second time he's even made it to the second round since Kevin Durant left OKC. So shout out those 2 guys. Just wanted to do that. I hope
I agree.
OKC loses tonight just for the chaos.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, dude, honestly, I wanted Aaron Gordon to work out in Orlando. I want him to be there long term, but I mean,
Uh,
um,
it worked out for both sides. Aaron Gordon got a ring, and Orlando got Paolo, so it worked out.
yeah, that's true. I was about to say something. I can't say it on here. I'll say it off air. I was going to say what
That
both
works.
sides got, but with that being said, folks, thank you so much for joining us this evening, and checking in and listening in. Shout out to every single one of y'all in the comment section that joined
All right, let's
in.
run through it. Shout out Kev from Tally, JT, Ashton, Troy White, and Ascend. Shout out all y'all.
Yeah.
Shout out,
Also,
shout out the one dude who watching on Twitch. Y'all is a real one. I don't know who it is, but shout out y'all. I don't know if
yeah,
y'all can send comments, but shout out you guys.
yeah. Also, yeah. So for those of you that are May 31st, FAMU Be Out Day in Tampa. Not entirely sure where, but me and Ace are considering going to that. So possibility, kind of let it be
Hold on,
Ace's
hold on.
baptism into the family and let him see how the vibes are and everything. Um, he has not been to a game yet. The plan is to get him to brag at some point, but yeah, Ace. Hey, Be Out Day May 31st. Oh, don't make that
Today's
face.
May
You're,
30th.
you're, you're going. You're going.
I don't even know what day May 31st is.
May 31st is a Saturday.
Yeah, we can make that work, I think. I don't know where it is, though. It depends on where it is in Tampa.
Yeah, I got to double check and find out where it is, but I would like to go too. I think I'm gonna try to get my folks to go as well. But I mean, I'm curious. It looked like a lot of fun in Atlanta when they did it and everything. So I'm. I know they did it in Orlando as well too. So they did it in Atlanta and they did it in Orlando. So I mean, I'm curious to go and check it out and go have a good time and meet some people, eat some good food. Looking forward to it, man. So yeah, we'll do our best to be there. But yeah, folks, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Can't wait to do it again next week. Looking forward to it. Ace, got anything
We're
more
gonna
to
have a
add?
talk with Dalton, man. Dalton got snuck onto the intro, and now he's disappearing from us. I know it's life stuff, busy. We
Yeah,
gotta drag Dalton back.
but I mean, it's okay. We'll get Dalton back. He'll be back soon enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, folks. Until then,
Be a
take care.
friend, tell a friend, like, share, subscribe, stay safe, stay blessed.
Good night.